That's right. That's right. Throw those hashtags up. You're watching it on a Wednesday, but you may be watching it on a Thursday too. It's Throwback Thursday, baby. And this is where we go back in time, a couple of decades back to celebrate the films that were released this week in history. So Nico, please hit me. How far are we going back and what do we have?
Well, if you're watching this as part of our main show, you know that we're going to talk about weird cultish movies that shouldn't have got success but are successful. And if you're watching this as an individual video, please go and watch the ending of our main news show where we talked about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 and Good Burger 2 and how those just shouldn't be things. Well, AJ, 10 years old this week. Definitely shouldn't be a thing. And it shouldn't have ended at 1. Then they got overzealous and made a second. Then they made a spin-off of the second. Then they made a third. And we had as many as 7 of these things. But they are cult phenomenons that have released over the course of the last 10 years. But the first one, AJ, that launched the franchise. And 10 years old this week, AJ.
Can I take a stab?
Yes.
No, because I don't think it's older. Piranha?
Oh, you're not far. You're very not far. 10 years old.
Sharknado.
Yes, Sharknado. What happened? 2010s. What was this obsession with every B movie deciding? Listen, B movies of yesteryear, like Tremors, focused on crazy monster stuff, but it was like, I don't believe this for a minute, but you're just about dangling the carrot of reality enough that I can suspend disbelief hard and just be like, worms in the desert, prehistoric monsters, why not? Yeah, a shark in a hurricane, a sharktopus, Piranha 4D with Ving Rhames. What are we doing? What is happening?
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's not good. It is not good.
7 of these films, mate. 7.
How though? How? Genuinely. But again, this is what, going back to our previous video, guys, this is what tells me Blood and Honey's not over yet. Because how do these weird, nonsensical films have multiple? Where does the money come from? You know, and these
tax write-offs. That's all it is. We used our profits to make another movie to make more profits, and we made a lot on that. So it's a tax write-off. Bro, I don't know.
Somebody knew somebody who knew somebody for something. I've got some deep dirt on somebody to be able to get these kind of films released. It doesn't make sense otherwise.
We talking about movies or Prince Charles? Oh, damn. King Charles.
Everybody loved the Acclaim.
I'm just saying, man's got some big old ears. Somebody definitely knew somebody that knew somebody.
Tell me about it. Oh, there we go. Not that we have anything against our monarchy. We just get away with what we can.
I mean, they're fun. They're just there, kind of, aren't they? But dude, Sharknado, sharks in a tornado with Tara Reid. Seriously, and you know what's mental? I've watched 2 of these films.
I think I've seen 1,
and I'm like, you're so bad, but I can't look away.
I think I've seen 1, but as you said, there was all this weird films that you kind of give them 2 minutes of your time, and I don't think I can't say I've completed the film. I'm not going to lie and say that I have.
No, God no.
I'm very, very much going to say, if you're in for a quirk and a stupid "what am I watching," then yes, by all means, this is a thumbs up. If you are someone who's looking for a decent film, then this is a straight thumbs down. There is nothing in it. It's in the territory of anyone who says it, but how can you hate Sharknado? It's such fun. No one can tell you it's a good, decent film. Like, this was the horror that had me on my edge. It's not that. It will never be that. You can tell by the name and the poster, it's not going to happen. The only thing I can say is, Tara, I'm happy you got paid after American Pie.
See, this is why I'm going to sound like such a snob, because I would put a lot of money on the fact that there's more people in the year 2023 that have seen Sharknado than have seen things like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, or Spartacus, or Papillon.
I get it. I get it. The closer you are to,
and it's like, oh, I sound like a snob. I'm like, no, I know all things being subjective, but if we're comparing Butch Cassidy and Sharknado, one of these things does not belong.
listen, the sad thing is, and it's going to hurt you even more, let's keep it to the same level. People have probably seen more Sharknado than they've seen Jaws. And it's because of the cult classic. No, but it's true. But even let's bring it even closer in time. The Shallows was a good movie, but people will talk about Sharknado more, and that's sad.
The Shallows was a good movie, that's true.
You know, these things are so ridiculous. You get people talking about them because of how ridiculous it is.
And then people supporting them, like in an ironic way. Oh man, you got to go check out Sharknado. It's such fun. No, it's not. It's literally offensive.
It is, but let's be honest. And I don't say this to disrespect the man, because I'm hoping we get a shout out from him. We are rushing to see The Room because it's that same kind of bat crap crazy that has you going.
He's making a shark movie next too, and he's just going to call it Big Shark.
What's the film about? It's in the title, Big Shark.
I'm going to ask him in the Q&A, was your inspiration for Big Shark Sharknado or Jaws?
Yeah, but no, it's a thumbs down for me, guys. Like, unless you've got some really
thumbs down, behave. This is not worth your time. It is impossible to see every movie that's ever been made because there are too many movies that have been made. If you live your entire life without seeing Sharknado, you're fine. You're doing fine.
You'll survive.
And AJ, 20 years old this week. Part 4 in a franchise which should have stopped at 2. And I know for a fact you'll agree with me. Part 4, 20 years old. Part 4 is 20 years old. Home Alone 4. Why?
I've seen, I don't know if it was 3. I don't know if it was 5. I don't recognize the kid, so it wasn't 4. How many parts are there?
I don't know. Too many.
So here's the thing. It gets wrong once. I'm not opposed to cast changing, but Home Alones before were based on a real reason, and it was stupid. It was negligent. Let's be honest. It was negligence from parents, right?
Yeah.
Sadly, that's what made the films work. These ones became something a bit more grounded in reality, like, okay, you're off sick, and then it was closer to home. It didn't have the same mission, and it would be in the, like, Kevin was home alone for a few weeks. This one would be like, you're off sick, your sister's meant to be looking after you, she's stuck off with her boyfriend, and now you're getting up to all kinds of capers within one day, and then before you get home, everything's back to normal. And then they realize that there was a broken vase, and it's like, Michael! And then, that's the distance from the house. You could just hear the scream, and that's it. Credit roll. Nothing I have seen beyond the Macaulay Culkin movies have been worth it. The fact that not one of them was able to even make it into a cinema after he left proves exactly what these films were about. It's very much in the same...
Home Alone 3 was in cinemas.
Was it?
Yep. I saw it in the cinema.
You poor kid. But it's very much in the same vein of, like, they're in the same franchise, but they're not, And the thing is, sometimes I get it sometimes that you don't have to have the exact same people. I don't want the Wet Bandits coming back because it gets very much like Good Burger, where it's like, come on, you're too old to be this. But you need something to ground it for it to be linked to the same movie. And just to try and keep recreating the premise of the whiz kid who can defend his home at a weird moment, it just gets a bit stale. Home Alone 2 worked because it was them out for revenge. Everything else is just a bit like, oh, you're really forcing it. You're really forcing it now. They just didn't work. They just didn't work. It's very much like your American Pies. You've got your main arc, and then you've got the straight to DVDs. 3 may have been released in the cinema, but it's very much in the straight to DVD or straight to home release. Yeah.
Listen, older I'm getting, the harder I'm finding it to defend Home Alone 2. And I love that film. But the older I'm getting, the harder it is to defend it. Home Alone 1 is fantastic, but Home Alone 2, it's getting harder and harder to defend it. I think it's one for the kids mostly. But this should not be a franchise. Original, sequel, stop.
Yeah, I would
This
love to be able to even describe the
stinks.
film. There's no takeaways from these films.
No, there's not. It just stinks of a studio being like, oh, we need a quick buck. Mill some scenes together and put Home Alone on the cover.
Do you know what this works for, right? And this is the God's honest truth. You go back to a point when we were younger. You're in Blockbusters or a video store and you go, oh, I didn't realize there was another Home Alone. And it's the same now for a stream. You're scrolling through Home Alone 4. Like, oh my God, I used to love Home Alone. Let's have a look and see what this is about.
That's it.
It's so much easier to just go back and make your kids watch the first two.
Yeah.
Don't fall in the trap. Don't fall in the trap.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, straight up. Straight thumbs down.
And that will wrap it for another installment of Silver Screen News. AJ, take us home.
Okay, guys, look, it's always a pleasure. Look, just tune in each week. And again, just tune in daily. Like, if you want it in small news bites, it's there. Click all the links below. Share with your friends. Like, oh, by the way, did you know there's a Good Burger too? Check out this guy's reaction to that. Oh, do you want to know what was out 20 years ago? Click this link here. Spread the word. Sharing is caring. Let's build the film family. If you want to talk film family, it's what Vin's talking about. Vin's quoting us when he talks family. We are the film family. Let's go and bring all the cousins in.
And you can find us on all social platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You can listen to this as a podcast if you wish, or you can watch us right here on our YouTube channel, which is our main platform, The Silver Screen Dude. Subscribe if you haven't already. There should be a video right down here somewhere if you want to keep watching and you've stuck with us till the end. I really appreciate it. But until next time, I'm Nico Lero.
And I'm the one, AJ Anthony Jordan.
And we will see you next week right here on Silver Screen News. Bye, guys.
See ya.